Hello and welcome to the Good Old Lego Days channel. I am Baron and welcome to my pilot episode. With my videos I hope to bring something back that I feel like the Lego group has lost over the years. Having grown up in the 90s, every Lego set used to have this amazing poster or booklet in the set where you could see the set that you bought build up in an amazing world full of possibilities. And whenever you get a Lego set these days, there's no poster, there's no booklet anymore, except for the instructions obviously. And if you go to the Lego website, it feels so empty, so soulless, so consumerism. That being said, I don't feel like the Lego spirit has been lost. There's amazing people that make amazing mocks or dioramas, so it's still there. But that itch that I have for the really amazing looking posters, I don't feel like anyone is covering that yet. And if nobody is scratching that itch, then you gotta do it yourself, right? So the concept for every video is quite simple. I'm gonna grab a Lego set that's recently came out and I'm gonna try and fit it into a really cool photo. But since this is the pilot episode, there's gonna be a couple of things that I wanna improve later on, which I'm gonna cover at the end of the video. Before we continue with the rest of the video, I already have a sponsor, and that is GameResource.nl. And I bet you're wondering how I got a sponsor before I even have one video active on the channel. And that's because we know each other in real life. And this company, they're trying to do their best to make gaming affordable for everybody. So all the prices on their website are extremely cheap, but they even promise to give me an extra discount code for anybody that wants to support this channel. So if you are from Europe or from the UK, if you check out this website, then use gold free when you check out. Link in the description for the code and the website. As of recording this, the website is only available in the Dutch language, but within a week or two we are expecting to get the English version online and the German version online. Alright, we arrived at the meat of this video. I'm thinking about featuring set 06337. This is going to be the main attraction of the photograph. I'm thinking about having a train on the right hand side and having a train on the left hand side. So here I'm putting the train on the rails. Pretty basic stuff, I suppose. But I'm also thinking that the picture is going to be taken from the ground up. And with that kind of view, I need something in the background of the train as well. So the horizon is filled with something Lego-y, so to say. Next to that, I want to create the illusion that the train is coming out of the distance to the front. So I'm gonna be thinking about having a train on the left hand side and have the both tracks face each other in the back while being spaced out in the front. So I spoke about the background that I wanted for the train. So I'm thinking about set 6399, the metro shuttle train, monorail. And this has to be the best set ever that Lego ever produced. I say bring back monorail. Unfortunately, they haven't done it in, what is it now, like 30 years. But anyways, this is gonna be the backdrop for the train. I'm also thinking about a train on the other side. And I'm gonna go for my yellow cargo train. And that is set number 4564. This has to be one of my childhood classics. I got this one for holidays. And I think I've played with it for like a year or 2 years straight. Amazing set. It's still the original set that I got as a kid. So I'm really happy with that. So since this set is gonna go on the left hand side, I'm gonna first have to put it on rails, just like the other train. And now I'm thinking about the picture again. Like I wanna give the illusion that they're coming from a long distance, so they have to come together at the end. So now I'm contemplating how to create it, but the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the backside of both rails closer together, so you get that illusion better. So here I'm contemplating whether or not the monorail should be slightly more forward, slightly more into the picture, or slightly more to the back. Right, on the left hand side, we're gonna have set 4555, the cargo crane station. But this is also a really cool set. I'm contemplating where to put the set right now, but I'm thinking about putting it in the back. Once everything was done, I actually regretted putting it in the back. I should have moved it more forward. I think that would have been a way cooler picture. But yeah, that's hindsight, and that's 2020. The cargo crane itself has a black clip that attaches itself to the wagon. And right here, I'm thinking about how to create this illusion of depth. And already brought the train tracks together, but now I'm thinking about I have to fill in something in the middle, right? Because it's carpet right now, doesn't look good, doesn't look Lego-y. I considered putting a base plate in the middle. If you have a base plate there, you just see that there's no real field of depth because the base plate does not come together. So I figured I'm gonna put random blocks of 3x1s in the beginning, 2x1s in the middle, and then 1x1s in the end. And because the passenger train on the right hand side has something happening in the horizon in the form of the metro shuttle, I also wanted something on the left hand side behind the cargo train. And I opted for going with set 4552. But it needs to be raised. It still has to be standing on the rails. And I figured out pretty quickly that if I wanted to hang something from its crane and it was also elevated on the rails, I had to make sure that the rails were more stable because it was sitting on carpet, it wasn't stable, it wasn't connected to any studs at the bottom, so I decided to expand the bottom two blocks with a row of 2x4s. When I tried to pick up set 4552, it actually fell apart. It was standing on display for so long that the studs came loose, and it didn't even fall apart once but twice, as you can see in the video. I repaired it off video, and here I decided that I need to fill up the scene, right? Something has to be happening, there have to be minifigures visible on the photo. There has to be some kind of action happening. I even decided to grab the car from the cargo crane set to later on discover when I took the picture that obviously it's not actually visible in the shot. So it was kind of pointless, but you know, it's pretty cool to put it there, right? And here I'm actually putting things on the scene that are visible. So I decided to go with a couple of items there and a couple of minifigures. I wanted to give the illusion that the train on the right hand side was moving. So I put a minifigure there that is waving a sign that it should slow down or stop entirely. And he's being ignored basically. That was the idea behind it. And the other guys, they're working in the middle of the railroad. So they are not very happy that the train moves by with a high speed. But now comes the hardest part. I have to think about a way in order to make it appear that the train was actually moving. Considering the photo is a still shot, I knew I had to do this post-production. I did not capture anything post-production on video. It's boring. I don't like it either. I'm pretty happy with the result. And, well, let me know if you are too. Alright, I would like to thank you very much for making it so far into the video. I'm quite pleased with the end result. It could still be better, but considering this is a pilot episode, I put my expectations pretty low and I was pleasantly surprised. But there's a lot of things that I should be improving. So, I wish to discuss the plans for moving forward with my channel. So the first things first, basically pretty close to moving to a new house. And I will have a studio completely designated for making videos like this. So the production quality should be going up. I want to create better transitions. I want to just improve the overall quality of the videos, but also the quality of the end product. And so the guy that was waving the sign to the train, the way that I tried to make the train look like it is actually moving, it also made him super blurry. It made also a few other things look almost transparent. So there's a lot of things that I can improve from that. I want to create more of a feeling of movement into the picture, better picture quality, and a new camera, because the camera that I'm using right now, the S22, it was just, it's so weird, man. It didn't put everything sharp. I'm not an expert with cameras, so maybe I just messed it up in some way, but yeah, I want to improve that as well. Right now I'm doing a voiceover, but I want to make it, well, sort of like more real life commentary into the video. I want better backdrops for the video, or for the end product, I should say. Maybe have a table completely designated for the setup. Have slidable backdrops that I can slide in, so I don't need to actually edit it out in Canva. I want to make a stop motion intro. Pretty cool idea. In the stop motion intro, I also want to introduce the set that I'm going to be featuring. I have a pretty cool idea for the stop motion intro for every video. Every video will be featuring a recently released set, so this video is not actually doing that because it's a pilot episode. I'm not going to be using sets that have IP behind them, so no Harry Potter sets or Star Wars sets, because I want to create a really cool story and they already have a really cool story. But it doesn't mean that set from Harry Potter is not gonna be in the still shot at all. It's just not gonna be the main attraction of the video / end photo. The sets that I'm gonna feature might not necessarily be in a setting where Lego envisioned them. For example, I might construe a story where the shark pirate ship from Dreams is actually a time-traveling pirate ship instead of some kind of nightmare boat. So, it depends on, I'm gonna like explain the whole idea behind what's going through my head, and it works a lot better if I do that with real life voicing instead of post-production voiceover. Then I want to introduce more jokes into the displays. I want to make a small reoccurring story, like if you have the booklets from back in the 90s, there was like a cop trying to capture a criminal, and then the criminal would appear like a Where's Waldo on every page, and the cop was always looking for him, sometimes in the back, sometimes in the front, something like that. I want to make that possible as well, so I'm gonna have like a series where there's like reoccurring jokes happening or something along the lines of that. Then I want to make, at some point at least, I want to make a photo where the backdrop is actually the next video, you know, like normally had a space shuttle launching, and then in the backdrop there was a harbor, and then if you got any of the sets from the harbor, there was a poster in there where the harbor was the main feature, and then you could see the shuttle being launched in the backdrop, and that I would really want to make that. That's just so amazing. That makes it feel like it's actually living in the same world. And eventually, I'm hoping I can actually outsource the editing, because I'm really bad at editing. I don't like it either. It's very time consuming and I work quite a bit. So preferably that's going to be outsourced. So at some point you might actually see a change in editing style. And then for the next video, I don't know if I want to wait until my house is completely set up with a studio. It will depend on the reception of this video. If there's like a lot of great comments that they want more, faster, I'm gonna actually make sure that more videos come out. If the reception is lukewarm, I'm gonna blame it on the production quality, and I might actually be better off just producing a better video, waiting a bit longer, producing a better video. Alright, so that's it. Thank you very much for making it all the way here, if you made it here. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, comment, like the video, and don't forget to use gold free on gameresource.nl. Thank you very much. Bye bye.